Hi again, I'm Amanda, this is the Social Studio and this is our weekly warble. Thanks for joining us, and this week's weekly warble is about my June makes. So last week I did my May makes, and so now I'm planning my June makes. So we're already into the first week of June, so I have made a little bit of a start so I can show you progress on those. So the first make that I'm going with is a skirt, and it's a McCalls 8044, and it's called the Jamie as well because they're starting to actually name their patterns. So the Jamie is a wraparound skirt. It has a side asymmetric button through, and I'm doing view C, so the main picture with the frill on the bottom. A couple of like little alterations that I've done is that the overall length says that it came out at 29 inches, but because that I'm a little bit taller, I've actually lengthened the main body of the skirt by 2 inches. I did lengthen the frill by 1 inch, but where I've got to, I've actually thought I'm not going to need quite that much, so I've removed that extra inch. Now, McCall patterns and some of the big four, sort of Simplicity, New Look, those ones, their sizing still does feel as though you've got to go up a couple of sizes because their pattern blocks are still the original ones, almost like from the 1940s. I'm fairly sure I'm correct on that one. So where we were all a lot slimmer in those days, and actually coming out of COVID, still not quite got rid of any of the excess weight that I've managed to put on. So with that one then, so as I say, you know, at the end of the day, they're figures, they're numbers, it doesn't matter what size that you're actually going with, but just be aware that the actual body measurements are on the top envelope, and then look at your finished garment measurements. So I'm hovering between the 16 and the 18, and the finished hip measurement comes out at a 44 to 46, which should be just about right on that one on the 16. So I'm doing it in this beautiful Tuscany rayon linen blend that we had in. It has unfortunately all sold out now. Let me stand on my box. So yeah, it's coming together really nicely. You might not be able to sort of see the bottom frill there. And then, yeah, so it's fairly straightforward. You've got your back, you've got your two front pieces, and just obviously on the pattern it does say to cut right way up, just so you have got a left and a right side. So if you do make this, just read what's on the pattern. And then it's got the waistband, and as I say, it's got the fastenings down the side. Now, because of the old COVID tum, I'm not always too keen on button through frontage skirts. So what I am planning, I think I may do, is actually stitch this side piece down. I'll still put the buttonholes in, but just so you don't get any pull, and I'm going to actually put a zip on the side so everything is a little bit smoother and streamlined. So that is make number one. So I'm hoping to have got that one wrapped up this week quite nicely. To then team with it, so when I do plan my makes, I do have a look in my wardrobe and think, yeah, it'll go with this and this. And then if I need to actually then make something additional, then I can actually plan it at the same time. So what I was sort of thinking with going was a simple t-shirt. And I quite fancied having a go at the Grace top by the Friday Pattern Company. It's a sleeveless, almost sort of like little racer back detailing with a little cowl, which I thought would be quite nice. And I've got a little pink shrug cardigan that again will then pick up the pink in the skirt. And I was thinking of going with this grey cotton marled jersey fabric that we've got in. There was a new one in. It's an organic jersey. The stretch isn't uber stretchy. There's about 20% stretch into that. So again, we'll have a look through. It does say for knits with at least 20%, so that's fine. So again, I may size up a little bit with it, but I think that will be quite a quick, easy make. I did also toy with another Friday Pattern Company top, and that is for the we called? The square neck top, yeah. Okay, so for the square neck top, and you can do this in knits or in wovens, which I thought was brilliant. And the one that they sort of show on the front has got this like little rib across it. And again, I have sort of thought about doing pin tucks across my fabric, doing that first, then laying out the pattern. So you've got that extra little ribbed effect. So I thought that could be quite sweet. And again, I could do it in the grey. So I've not quite made up my mind fully, but if I stick to the grace in the grey, then I've always got this fuchsia pink viscose to then fall back on, which I think then would make the outfit just a little bit dressier, that you've got a little bit of shimmy. So I think with wearing separates, yeah, I just want something, a little crop top to come to the top of the skirt, not too boxy, but again, not too fitted as well. So whether I get round to doing that one, but I will definitely do the jersey version. So there'll be at least one of those tops. So my next make was just had to happen. So last month's make, I made the Asher dress, you might remember, and I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed the process of making it so much. The result was fantastic as well, that I just had to do another one. So the Asher dress from Style Arc, I am actually going to go with a sleeveless version of it as well. So it's less dressy, I felt, depending on the fabric that you make it in. So I'm going with this beautiful Havelock Island, it's called. This beautiful viscose. So it's lovely and drapey with these greens, and it's got this lovely design going through, sort of entwining sort of flowers, and I just thought it would be really super. So again, that one is cut out, and because I know the pattern, again, I'm hoping that it won't take too much doing, so I'm hoping to have got that one done by this weekend as well. I loved the shearing detail through the waist. It's so comfortable and it's flattering. So I've got a little video for the shearing if you've never done shearing before, and it's so super easy. I promise you, it's really, really easy and such good fun. So I'll pop a link in for the video for the shearing on that one. So next up, so that was my two makes that I'm hoping to have got done. Then my next one is back from really as probably April makes that I never truly got round to doing, and I want to make these desperately. I've searched high and low for a pattern for just straight leg trousers, and I've tried various ones, not always been too successful, a lot of messing around and alterations. And I've promised myself to make the Sasha trousers from Closet Core patterns for so long now. And in April, when I was making, I think, 9 pieces of clothing, was a little bit too much to take on these as well. So all I'm hoping to do is actually get the toile done. I've got some stretchy denim that's been in my stash for quite a while. So as long as I can get the toile and start looking at the different alterations that I may need to. But I generally tend to find with Closet Core, I personally don't need to do that many. They seem to suit my body shape quite well. So fingers crossed on those. So you've got 2 lengths. View A is a full length with side pockets, but View B are cropped and they are just flat fronted and no pockets with them. So they're a nice slim line with a fly front. So those are the ones I'm just literally going to almost throw together, baste them, and then if I then get chance, I will then start to make the proper ones up in my chosen fabrics. And I've got a choice of 3. Well, I've got a choice of a lot actually, but my 3 that I've actually whittled it down to start with, which I think are going to be really good and just a real classic. So this black stretch twill, who does not need a black pair of trousers in their wardrobe? So I just know I will get loads and loads of wear out of these. The twill, it's got a nice percentage of stretch, so they're going to be comfortable. The fact that it's cotton is going to be cool through the summer as well. We've got it in an olive, we've got it in navy, and I've got some other colours coming in as well. So yeah, plain bottoms are going to be super duper. But then I do like patterned skinny legged trousers as well. So I did think about doing it in this other stretch cotton. So this one's called Give Us a Wave. It's navy blue and it's got these little cream, almost like hands that look like they're waving to you, or little bird feet. So yeah, so that was a contender. Or I'm just going to go really bold. As I say, these are probably not going to be made up this month. I just want the toile and get those right. But if I do get round to them, I'm going to go really bold and go with, again, a stretch cotton. And I just think they'll be really funky. I can pick out the colours for then a t-shirt or a blouse or an overshirt. So many colours going on in those. So the Zazu nights, I think, would be really fun for the coming months. So that is my actual wardrobe plans. Sometimes, I don't know how you feel, but I can feel like I'm just churning clothes out for the sake of them sometimes. Yes, it's my job to pattern test and be able to give some reviews on these patterns, but also, you know, I like to sew for pleasure as well, and I like to have a little bit of a change. So I'm halfway through a quilt with my quilting ladies, so I really want to crack on with that one. So I'm hoping to get a good proportion of that. And then as a little bit of a change, I'm going to make a bag. I've not made a bag for so long, I can't remember. So I'm going to do the noodle head sandhill sling. We have got one made up in the studio, which I have been using, and it's just amazing. Fits across, the bag's on the back, so when I'm out dog walking, things like that, it's so easy to have just bits and pieces, and it actually holds quite a lot for quite a nice little neat bag. So again, I've got that ready, prepped and cut out. So the lovely Vicky has already done that one for me. So I think I am rather lucky to be able to have a cutter out of fairy, which I'm sure you would all love to have as well. So yeah, so I'm actually then going to put that one together. Then if I get a chance, I'm going to have another go at a little project bag, again for up bag making ladies and crafters. So the little road trip case. It's great for children as well. You've got zips and meshes going on, little pockets. Be great for a project bag. I tend to love to have all my one project contained in a plastic bag or wherever that I'm like carting about. So these are really good then that I can actually use those. So there we go. That is my makes for June, or my plans for June. So we have the skirt, a dress, a top, maybe two, a toile of trousers and a bag. Then if I get some extra little bits that I can nip in, I really want to do some of my quilt and also the project bag that shouldn't be too bad to actually sort of pop together. So there we go. That's my June makes. I hope you've enjoyed them and they've inspired you somewhat as well. Leave us a message. Let me know what you're planning to make in June. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up so we can spread the joy of sewing to more people, and subscribe as well. So take care, have a lovely week, and I'll see you very soon for a bit more warbling. Bye now.